Have you ever looked at someone and had this weird sense of butterflies in our stomach? Or the sense of tingling when you had to give a presentation or even a speech? Or this gut feeling that you are going to make it? I think most of us would have had this, right? At some part of our life. We all might have experienced it. So, does that mean that our mood or the brain or even the mind is related to the gut? Is there a connection between the brain and the gut? Yes, there is indeed a connection. That is called as the gut brain axis. The gut brain axis just means that it is not just the brain that can influence or control the gut, it also means that the gut can influence the brain. It can control the brain. It means that if you are happy today, if you are sad today, if you are moody today, the gut also has a say in it. Now, who doesn't want to have a happy life? Who doesn't want to have a peaceful mind? Who doesn't want happiness in their life? Everybody needs that, right? I don't think anybody would deny that. Now, which hormone takes care of that? Which hormone provides that to you? It is serotonin. Serotonin gives you tranquility, gives you peace of mind, gives you happiness, gives you a feeling of wellness, goodness. Now, why am I talking of serotonin? You know where serotonin is secreted from in our body? Is it the brain? Is it a particular gland? No. Serotonin is essentially secreted from the gut. 90 to 95% of the serotonin that is there in your circulation today is secreted from the intestines. Now, if you are happy today, if you are peaceful today, thanks to serotonin and thanks to your gut. Now, how is this gut? How is this serotonin? How is all of this related to Ayurveda? Why am I talking of this now? How is mood swings looked at in Ayurveda? How is memory looked at in Ayurveda? How does gut come into play in a 5,000-year-old ancient text? How does Ayurveda give you peace of mind? Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Now I'll ask you a very simple, straightforward question. We know that the gut and the brain are related, right? So is it theoretically possible that I can transform your brain, I can contact your brain, or even help your brain by directly contacting the intestines? Is it possible that I can treat the intestine by which the brain gets treated? Theoretically, it seems possible, right? Okay, I'll ask you something else. You know that serotonin is secreted from the gut now, right? So what makes this gut secrete this serotonin? You know the gut contains something called as the gut microbiome, which is nothing but helpful bacteria which is there all around your gut. Now this bacteria breaks down some dietary fibers into something called as short chain fatty acids. These short chain fatty acids nourish your gut, thereby making you secrete enough serotonin. Now, I'll ask you this complete question. What if I can give you short chain fatty acids directly to your gut by which the brain gets transformed? Isn't this a mind blowing idea? Isn't this an insanely intelligent idea? I know this is theory, but we have been doing this practically for 5,000 years now. You know, the owner of this idea, the owner of this procedure is none other than the age-old scientists of India called as the rishis of Ayurveda. There is a certain panchakarma therapy called as VASTHI therapy where we give you medicine directly to your intestines which can help your brain. These medicines are not just in liquid kashaya oil forms, they contain grita in it. Now, what is grita? Grita is nothing but Desi cow's ghee. Why am I talking of grita? You know, Desi cow's ghee is considered as a medhya dravya, meaning it nourishes your brain, it gives you intelligence, it gives you memory, and it is also indicated in lots of psychological and psychotic conditions. Now, how is this related to this condition? I'll tell you. Ghee contains something called as butyric acid, which is one of the best short chain fatty acids. These short chain fatty acids are given directly to your intestines, whereby we contact your brain and transform your brain and transform your mood by that. Isn't this interesting? Isn't this insanely mind blowing? Yeah, right? And I'll tell you something else. You know, Grita or Desi cow's ghee is not just nourishing your brain with the help of the intestines. There is something called as the blood brain barrier, which allows only certain elements to pass through it to the brain. Out of those, only two things are important here. One is alcohol, the other is fats. Fat is the only major food component which can cross the blood brain barrier and affect your brain. Every Ayurvedic medicine which is indicated for most of the psychological conditions is either in Arishta, which is semi alcohol form, or in Grita form. So, if you consume Desi cow's ghee alone, it can give you short chain fatty acids to nourish your intestines, it can cross the blood brain barrier to nourish your brain too. This is a two-way action told in Ayurveda as Medhya.
Do you subscribe to our channel to be updated with our latest videos? If you like this video, please share it with your friends, and if you have any opinions or questions, do write them in the comment section below.